Holy crap. Some Texas lawmakers are trying to pass bills that make it illegal to be trans. It will force a lot of people to either detransition or to be closeted and force them to present as their sex, which it could be argued that those things are one and the same. HB 3817 makes it a felony of up to 2 years in prison and up to $10,000 in fines for written or spoken gender identity fraud, particularly as it relates to dealing with a government entity of some sort, paperwork or whatever, or in employment. Basically, you have to tell the government your biological sex, like if you get pulled over by a police officer, or you're filling out governmental forms. You have to do that, and you have to tell your employers your biological sex, or you are committing fraud and are breaking the law. HB 3399 bans all trans health care statewide, all ages, including a mandate to taper trans people off of hormones. HB 1075, the Trans Bounty Bill, encourages anyone to sue a person who is exhibiting a gender different from their sex through clothing, makeup, or other physical markers, with a reward of $5,000 for successful claims. None of these things are laws yet. Hopefully none of them will pass. It's hard to tell how likely they are to pass in this current climate. But if they somehow do pass, then this, again, is a sign that maybe some of the trans activists aren't so crazy when they say, hey, there's a trans genocide coming, or a trans erasure coming. Someone in the comments on my last video suggested that people being free to criticize trans activism is what created this situation, or is like a big part of what created this situation. It's arguing that because some people are hateful and stupid and ignorant, that we should never talk about things that can give these people ammunition. It's an argument against freedom of speech, that we should self-censor so hateful people don't do hateful things. Personally, I don't think it would have ever gotten quite to this point if people had been more free to talk about, discuss, and debate these things more freely over the past 8 years without being immediately labeled a bigot or transphobic or whatever, right? People who merely had questions and curiosities were labeled hateful. You know, and there's also, I mean, the trans activism, it's like, if you don't believe that trans women are women, then you're transphobic. And it's just like, why can't I just wish the best on someone and treat someone good? No, you have to believe this, and that sort of mindset has fueled a lot of this stuff. We should have been free to discuss this stuff without getting labeled that way, you know? But now we have people who are genuinely hateful in some of these red states calling the shots, or trying to call the shots anyway. Hopefully they won't actually be able to call the shots. We'll see how much power they actually have. Hateful as in they want negative things to happen to trans people. None of these bills want good things to happen to trans people. Anyone claiming these bills aren't hateful looks like an utter buffoon. You can claim that trans people are just confused all you want. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. It doesn't mean we should wish bad things on them if they don't conform to society's norms. I mean, that really goes for anyone not conforming to society's whatever. I mean, if they're not hurting anyone, if you're not hurting anyone, what difference does it make if you're conforming or not? Now, I'm not saying we should normalize everything, make things that are nonconformist, turn them into conformist things. No, I'm not arguing that at all, so. But if they can try to pass those kinds of bills today, they could easily try to pass anti-gay bills tomorrow. Not technically tomorrow, but like in the future, using a similar rationality. Just saying.